Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello, hello. Well,
We
this
are
is me,
live.
Mr. Good Stuff, and the zombie. So, back from the dead.
That's right.
The government conspiracy did not kill him. There he is.
Welcome to Cannabis and Conspiracies.
Uh-huh. They're the cannabis. I'm the conspiracy. There you
go. There you go. I'm a little of both.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Right.
Since I'm under the weather, I didn't smoke as much cannabis as I usually.
Yeah. I doubt COVID lung goes good with cannabis. I'm not sure, but no, I wouldn't think it would be.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too shabby.
Gotcha.
Well, today we're
talking about that. What's that?
I did lose a little weight.
Oh, well,
I haven't eaten in like a week, but
that's good.
Yeah, starvation will definitely do that. Yeah, I mean, yep. Stop eating. They'll lose weight all the time, man. That's the was it the Karen Carpenter weight loss plan?
Yeah, I just keep everything in jars under my bed.
Too soon? Was it too soon? Yeah, okay. I think 83 is far enough time away. I can joke about it. Anyway.
I think so.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about time travel. We're going to talk about time travelers, people that may or may not be time travelers. So I've often thought that I saw this one picture of Keanu Reeves. It looked like Keanu Reeves, and it was like from the 20s or something. You guys ever see that one?
Yeah.
I mean, it looked just like him. And
Nicolas Cage too. There's one of him going around.
I saw one of
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Yep. Although Greta Thunberg, yeah, I think she's a vampire myself. But anyway, it's what it is.
You see that bitch couldn't even answer a simple question. They took the microphone. Her handlers took the microphone away from her, so she wouldn't even answer one question. How do you feel today, Greta?
Well, if you got fetal alcohol syndrome that profound, I mean, you're practically on the slow side anyway. I mean, it's like fetal alcohol syndrome, Greta Thunberg. Ta-da! A lot of glasses of wine that mother drank, I swear. Anyway, how dare you, Hojo? I dare, Hojo. I dare. Anyway, so what is your favorite time travel theory, guys? Do you guys have a favorite theory?
Theory, and I don't know. I think just in general, time travel is intriguing. I don't know that there's any one specific. I know there's a bunch of fakes out there, and it's hard to really believe anybody who says they are, just because we don't know, we haven't seen it. It might be one of those unknown unknowns. So it's, I think at first glance for pretty much the general population, it's, it doesn't exist. So all of them, and to me in general, are very, very intriguing, but some of them to me are obvious fakes as well. But some are like, I wonder.
Well, there's like several theories as to the only way that time travel is possible is if you believe in the linear timeline, which means events happen on a like a rail happens on a rail. That point A goes to point B to C to D to E and F, right?
Right.
But if you believe in like Elseworlds theory, where every event creates another universe, then time travel would be impossible because, what are you jumping back to? Which universe are you jumping back to, and which are you jumping forward to?
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to have a way to make sure you jump into the right universe. So,
right, yeah.
Which is what Sliders was speculating, the show Sliders, as you remember that one.
Mm-hmm. I would like to check out my choices, see which universe is better.
Right?
Maybe I'm a millionaire in one universe, and then another universe I'm just some guy on the streets.
Right.
There is, scientific proof that time moves at different speeds. So I think with that, and I do have an article. I don't know if Justin, if you want to pull that up. But Einstein proved some time ago that time does move in different speeds, and I think, with that being said, that the possibility of time travel in general is possible. I think there's definitely a possibility. Has it happened yet? I don't know. Has it happened in the future and we just don't know it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think with this stuff, I mean, and they're looking into it, that there's something there.
Well, it's a theory of relativity, I guess, is what you're referring to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
well, don't want to get too cerebral, you know.
He's talking about Time Cop. That was a pretty good movie. One of the few movies that I liked by what's his name there?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
But I think it is interesting in general that they have discovered that time does move at different speeds. So to me, that does make time travel possible in my mind. I'm not saying it's for sure or will happen, but I'm also not saying that it never happened and never will.
Well, it seems like the H.G. Wells time machine, that particular, they seem to work off of that theory that he didn't exactly transport from one point A to point B, he just sped time up, or to basically go to the future. He sped time up.
Right. Yeah.
And so, he like that was kind of like what they used in that one. That I don't know if we went backwards though. Did he slow time down to go backwards? That's not really clear, but
right.
But yeah, it is. That's pretty much that with that. I don't know. I don't know the wormhole theory. Where there's like little cracks that you can like slip through to. That time is like compressed on top of one another, and you can somehow find a crack to go backwards and forwards. That's another theory.
Crack or crack?
A crack. A crack. C-R-A-C-K. But that's presupposing though that time is looping on top of each other and kind of like stacking on top of each other, as opposed to being in a line. It's the difference between string theory and I don't know what that's called, but yeah, I probably should have in the intervening week that we were off. I should have looked into that. But anyway,
yeah, Bunny,
I've been off on vacation.
Yeah, you had time.
I've been off
Come
on
on,
vacation, man.
Come on, man.
I'm fighting for my life, and you couldn't do some research.
No, yep. All right, whatever. It is what it is. What can I say? I've been on vacation, so
yeah,
that dignifies me of everything, man. No.
I think so. I would agree with that.
That's loop theory. I'm sorry, that's quantum loop theory, as opposed to string theory. So, anyway, see, I redeemed myself. There you go.
Redemption. It has occurred.
Redemption.
What's up, Hojo? What's up, 24 Eyes? What's happening?
Talking about quantum loop. Yeah.
Just like the show, Quantum Leap.
Right.
He jumps back into a pregnant woman's body. I used to love that show. That show was cool as hell.
Yeah, I used to stay up.
That was a good show.
To watch that because I remember I used to get up at like 5:45, and it was kind of on really late in the East Coast.
Yeah,
but I would stay up and watch it.
Yeah, I used to love that show. That show was good stuff.
Yeah, that was a really awesome show. Worst ending ever. I mean,
the leap home.
Yeah, well, there was no leap home. That's why it's the worst one ever. That's why it was the worst.
I don't remember that. What? I thought he just leaped back into his own body and.
Warning! Spoilers ahead.
Yeah. Well. It's been a few years. I think we could spoil it a little bit. Yeah, he never came home. That was like the closing crawl. I think there was supposed to be another season, but they canceled it. And so they were so heartbroken over the cancellation. They just like, let's just wrap it up and throw it in there, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's pretty much that was it. So besides, you can't, I mean, they're going to revive it or try to, but you can't do it without Dean Stockwell. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Even if you got Scott Bakula back, you can't do it without Dean Stockwell.
Agreed.
It's just, no.
Don't even try it.
The thing is they probably will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the girl that played his daughter is aged out of it, you know, because he supposedly had while he was leaped into another body, he supposedly had a child by this woman, and that child turned out to be a genius, you know, like he was. So she's supposed to be helping with the program.
I remember.
Al, no, I'm talking about Al. I'm talking about the Sam, but Al was a big horn dog. Al was banging anything that moved to some things it didn't.
I kind of admire him.
Well, the last leap that Sam did, that basically erased his existence or cast him adrift in time, was because he basically told Dean Stockwell's wife that he was still alive to hold on. And because the whole thing, the impetus for the time travel turned out to be, you know, because you know, kind of like part of it was to help Al out, you know, with his wife, his love of his life that walked away from him because he thought he was he was dead, and so it was like a few times of that last season they like would drop hints like, oh, here's a picture that this lady took that got killed, but the last picture she took was of Al, you know, being led away, you know. So it's pretty complicated. It's great writing. Just great writing. Sam's daughter is smarter than him and the bestest scientist ever. Yeah, probably. That's probably where they go. That's probably where they're going to go. Now, if it's like a search for Sam, I could see that being a decent premise, but you'd have to be a good writer. And is there any writers left? Are they going to allow anybody to write that? I mean, that's the big question.
Right.
Even if you are a good writer, are they going to allow you to? Because you have to put this in and this in, this in and this in, you know. And when you're done with putting all this stuff in, they require you to put it there because of, you know, all the pressure from above. Are you going to have a good script? That's the bottom line, you know.
Yeah.
So
that is very important. I mean,
okay. Yeah. So you got any of these time traveler conspiracies we can look at? Do you have them like queued up or anything?
Yeah, I got some stuff.
Okay, all right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, my friend.
Look at it.
Unless I find it.
COVID brain.
Here we go. Here he is.
Aha! There we go.
I see your
that's
hole.
A wormhole you're talking about.
A wormhole.
I see your hole. Yep.
Uh-huh. See the hole?
I see the hole, man.
It goes deep into. Never mind.
It's a deep hole.
This is deteriorating.
Do you guys know who this is?
No. I can't say I do.
No? Who is this is?
Come on, you know who that is? It's
no,
not president.
No.
Oh,
it's Andrew Basiago.
Okay.
He is the guy that said that as a child, his dad was in the military, was a part of DARPA.
Oh, this is the guy that was back at the Gettysburg photo.
Yeah, well, he said he's been to multiple places, and one of his missions was to go back to the Gettysburg Address.
Oh, okay.
Lincoln.
All right.
He said he was involved in a project called Project Pegasus.
Ah, okay.
And that his father and other fathers that are in DARPA actually recruited their own sons to be a part of this program because they were small enough, to use this new technology where it wasn't, ready for adult yet.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, you mentioned that the other day when we were talking about it for Conspiracies.
I feel like I may have watched like a documentary on this, but I don't really remember for sure. But the name sounds familiar.
What happens later on? A rare photograph of the event was found, I guess, somewhere, and it was they said that it was a legit photo, and that
that kid definitely looked like he had sneakers on. The Gettysburg picture. Yeah.
Well, the story is that he went into the past, went to the Gettysburg Address before it happened, met this guy, and this guy said, "Hey, you need to get some shoes on and some clothes on. You're gonna catch the grip," which meant like a bad cold or whatever back then. And they gave him these he gave him these shoes and a coat. And these shoes were just so fucking big. They're like, like Ronald McDonald shoes. And he was just a little kid. So he claims that in that photo that's him as a child in the program, and that photo captured him, the time traveler. And that's his proof that he's time traveled.
Okay.
And that's his photo right there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Do those shoes look super big to you? I mean, I look a little bit big, but
yeah, they look big, yeah. But I mean, the kid could be anybody.
Yeah, it could be anybody. Who's to say it's him? There was someone like found a picture of him when he was a kid, and like put it next to it to show. It did kind of look like him, but I guess I mean any kid could look like that.
Well, it's super blurry. It's hard to pick up any features realistically whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not him. I'm just saying I don't think it's proof per se.
It's a hell of a story, you know what I mean? To say you got sent back in time, and your father worked for DARPA, and you part of this program. And he's also said he's jumped places too. Where you just go into this room, and then all of a sudden you're in another state somewhere, in some other lab. That they just jump using the technology, and he wants the government to actually come forward with this technology, and because a lot of good can happen with this technology. We can move goods in in seconds instead of flying them around the world or whatever. We can just send food through a teleporter,
right?
And travel and cut down on carbon emissions and all that stuff and all that. And you can just, jump into a portal and go somewhere instead of jumping on some plane. You know what I mean?
Well, there is a issue. I read this in Timeline. You read Michael Crichton's stuff. Michael Crichton does research on these things, so you can always learn stuff from him and Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy's very technical too, but he wrote in Timeline about the in his time travel theory, you basically had to destroy the body and rebuild it elsewhere, and so you're basically killing somebody every time they travel. But the computer is going to pick. It was a quantum computer, but it picked up like transcription errors, which happens in any computer program ever. To where no matter how many times if you replicate an image enough time, it's going to show up like anomalies or problems. And very similar with the idea of time travel or moving a person through digitally through one place to another, right? And so basically the person that comes out the other end of the process is not going to be the person that went in.
Right. Now that'd be similar to like the Philadelphia experiment then.
Exactly. It'd be exactly what the Philadelphia experiment, which is probably what they were trying to attempt, in the Philadelphia experience.
Well, they said they sent them back to the same event multiple times, and each time he would go back, something slightly would change. It wouldn't be exactly the same. So they couldn't count on it as being exactly fact, you know what I mean? So like he'd go back and a guy would be talking to somebody else instead of one person, it's two people this time. or whatever, but it was basically the same, but not exactly the same.
Well, he might not have been going back to the same universe then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe he went to a slightly altered version.
Mm-hmm.
He claims that he actually got sent back to the assassination of Lincoln as well, and that he couldn't find him. And that they sent him back like a bunch of times, and he couldn't find it. He could not see it because he couldn't find it. You know what I mean? If he's a liar, wouldn't he say that he saw the assassination? He came back and said it was a failure.
At the same time, if they send him back, unless they send him back bodily, then he would have all sorts of problems like cancer and things like that. I mean, because ordinary people have cancer, and it could just be irradiated or a carcinogen in their system or whatever. But cancer is just simply cells in your body that are like become alien to your own body, you know, and so sending somebody back that many times, that would have to cause something like cancer or problems like aneurysms and things like that. So I have a hard time believing that. Yeah, you would think so. I mean, that'd have to be traumatic.
This guy is not just some regular guy either. He's a lawyer, makes very good money. You know what I mean? He has no reason to make up this story about. He does.
So a lawyer, you don't think because he's a lawyer, he's not lying?
I'm just saying that he doesn't need the money.
Isn't that like an oxymoron?
He makes enough money out of his practice that he doesn't really need to. He's not making money off this time travel business, is what I'm getting at.
Well, I think I don't know the certain kind of person that pursues lawyering. You know, I just don't know that's somebody to be trustworthy.
I didn't say lawyers didn't lie. I said he didn't need he doesn't need the money.
Okay, all right.
He doesn't need the attention. You know what I mean? It's not going to give him a lot of clients. Aren't you the guy that time traveled when you were a kid? Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have you as my lawyer. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not going to be good for business to say that you're a time traveler. So you're not going to want to talk about it. Probably cost.
What's up,
Pops?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, I hear you, Belmont. I'm sorry. I just found that funny, man. Just a little bit, anyway.
But yeah, the bloodsuckers of Earth are lawyers, of course.
There you go. They're another species, man.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this. Yeah, I remember hearing about this one or seeing the pictures.
No, I hadn't heard about this one. Enlighten me. What's this one?
In 2008, these Chinese archaeologists discovered a Swiss watch in a tomb that hasn't been opened up in 400 years. And it said, I think it said Swiss on it on the back too. Just look at how strange it's like completely like into a rock at this point. You know what I mean? Like a fossil. And this little mini watch was found in the tomb. How is that possible?
Because it's Chinese scientists.
You think they just walked in and they dropped out of their pocket and it fossilized before they picked it up?
No, but I don't know. I just don't have a lot of trust in Chinese scientists.
I would have to agree with that. I mean, I would think there is a possibility of it being faked. But it is, again, it's very intriguing. It's neat.
I'll give you that.
If it is actually fossilized, no, I don't know.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just playing Scully today. I thought
it was the whole situation is just strange to me. You know what I mean? They find this little mini watch. It says Swiss on it. Supposedly the tomb hasn't been opened up in 400 years. I don't think they had watches like that back then.
Yeah, Pops, it's one of those ring watches that were popular in like, what was it, like the 80s or some shit? It was 80s, 90s, maybe, something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember them, to be honest.
Well, I think it did have 400 years ago. What would that be? That would be the late BC 200, something like that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I might have watches back then. I don't know. But it is what it is. Anyway.
Just a strange story.
Institute. Sorry, but the carbon dating lab is right next to the Wuhan Institute of Virology. They might be a little full of shit. OJ says.
There you go. There you go. Right. Well, carbon dating really is not very accurate. There are better, more accurate ways of dating things. But that's been proven over and over again. In fact, carbon dating is the whole reason for the whole entire belief in evolution, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't like question carbon dating, but carbon dating has some serious issues. But either way, yeah.
What you got here?
What's it look like to you?
My idea, 2 chicks hanging out, doing something other. No idea.
Doing something what? Like what?
I really don't know.
Laptop, maybe?
Yeah. This is a tomb. And this is etched in the tomb. Yeah, it looks like the girl or whatever that is holding a laptop.
Nah.
They discovered this
or a box with the lid open, maybe.
Yeah, could be that. Yeah,
could be a possibility.
A pizza could be a pizza.
Yes, it could be. I'm sure they had pizza.
Well, it's an Italian tomb. Yeah, it could be pizza. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's making me hungry.
If it was a Taco Bell tomb, it could be the taco pizza, the Mexican pizza they got there.
Yeah,
that's
well,
back now, isn't it?
Yep.
If it's a Taco Bell tomb, there's gonna be a lot of people in there.
I think this predates Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
Pop says the royal weed tray.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Yeah, it's okay. This is definitely interesting here.
Yeah, this is discovered. I think they just dug it up. It's an 800-year-old. They believe to be a phone. It looks like a mobile phone, but the weird. Look at the weird like writing on it. I forgot what they call it, cuneiform or something like that.
Cuneiform.
So where was this found at?
Austria.
Oh, okay.
Well then, g'day, mate. Let's throw another.
No, not Australia.
That's Australia.
Austria, the home of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know anything about no phone.
Get down. Get out.
But yeah, this is creepy, man. I mean, to me, it looks like a fucking ancient phone. I mean, like an old school phone, like, you know, not even a good smartphone, like the black and white interface screen.
Like the Motorola.
Yeah, the old
Thanks,
one.
Hojo. You guys didn't pick up what I was throwing down. That's all right, though.
That's all right. I'll watch the replay. I got the joke.
It's from a movie. It's a movie quote. It's from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay.
And he says, that's a lovely accent. What is it? And she says Austria or Austrian or whatever. And he's like, well then, g'day, mate. Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of like black most of that movie out of my memory. So, you know.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
No cuneiform. Odendasco. Yes, it looks like a Nokia.
It does, man.
Yeah.
It's got the same layout as the phone. Everything's exactly the same. You see the power button, the up and down scroll key.
Right.
Is that where Motorola got their logo from?
I don't know.
Because it looks like some of it almost is the Motorola logo.
Yeah. The big M. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, to me, I mean, it's very, very good evidence. I mean,
Okay.
amazing find, absolute amazing find. Even more,
but if
that.
Well, it's might be a representation of a phone, but it's not never a working phone. It would just be a card representation of one.
I wonder if you ever examined inside to see if there's like parts and stuff inside, like diodes and.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be representing the screen there, and that's definitely not a screen. So it's just like somebody card one to represent one, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right. Okay. I'm with you. I don't have no explanation for that.
Nope.
I've seen this painting where the guy from Apple, saw this painting in a museum, and he's like, "That's the fucking iPhone in her hand."
Also, pretentious assholes go back in time. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The smug cloud is over top.
Yeah. There you go. The Roswell phone back engineered because they look like a Nokia flip phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dasco says, see the ancient alien browser history.
Yeah, we could look at the browser history and see what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if it doesn't look like an iPhone. I don't know.
It looks like it could.
Yeah,
maybe be something similar. The edges seemed a bit rounded on the bottom.
Right,
to me,
right.
Does that make sense on the left there?
Yeah.
Unless it's shadow, it could be shadow. I don't know. It's kind of distorted, a little difficult to tell.
Well, the guy's name was Tim Cook. He was the CEO of Apple.
Oh yeah, I know who Tim Cook is.
And
I know
the name of the piece was called what the hell was it called? Man hands a letter to a woman in the hall. That's a very
yeah. The credibility of this just went down when you said Tim Cook. So
Hojo said definitely lots of probing pages visited.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I just thought it was interesting, you know what I mean? It's probably
definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely
again could be a representation
anomaly,
of one that they saw from a time traveler. Right?
right.
I mean, seriously, it could be.
Yeah, that's true. It's
like that dog's about to piss on the floor.
Yeah.
Or he already did. He's looking like he did some shit wrong, man. He's getting ready to get his nose rubbed in it.
Right. Yeah, he definitely says, "Oh, don't look over there."
Did anybody ever think about rubbing Amber Heard's nose into poop on the bed? Maybe she won't do it again.
No.
All right, sorry.
Never thought of that.
Back to traveling time. Well, we could travel back in time and do it. No, bad.
Bad startlet. There we go. Well,
right,
no, we should have rubbed Johnny Depp's nose in it for marrying that crazy, batshit nut job.
Your first mistake was saying "I do."
Oh yeah, heck yeah. She was pegging that bottom left, So don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. Well, what are we looking for in this? Is somebody on the phone? Is that the middle lady?
Yeah, there was a video that came out, and it was footage from a DuPont factory in 1938. And there's just some footage that came out, and then after reviewing the footage, someone noticed, hey, that girl has a phone in her against her ear right there. See that right here in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have to say with stuff like this, with the phones in the hands, is if you are back in time, I doubt the phone is going to work. So why would you have it up to your ear?
Right.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Again,
or listening to like a voicemail or something.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking they could be listening to a recording maybe. But that's the only thing with stuff like this is it's like, well, they don't have cell reception because there were no cell towers back then.
Right.
So
they're saying this lady's probably a time traveler, and she was just hanging out in DuPont, just happened to get filmed. I don't know if I'm buying that one, but it's an interesting story.
Or maybe they see somebody taking a picture and they're like, oh, this will prove time travel exists. So they put their phone up to the ear, knowing that the picture's getting taken. That could be.
Right.
Nobody knew what a cell phone was in the 30s, though.
So the lady in the foreskin has Princess Vespa headphones too. Oh, foreground, not foreskin. My bad. Yes, she does. She does have Princess Vespa headphones. It's awesome.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Well, if you accuse him of that, you have to accuse H.G. Wells of being a time traveler from all the things he invented.
Yeah, maybe there's multiple time travelers talking to each other.
I don't know. That's pretty impressive. Nostradamus, and he might have been time traveler. Who knows? I got something for later when you're done with your slideshow, though. Time traveler skips town. Oh, this guy, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. His name was Andrew Carlson.
Yeah.
He just came out of nowhere and made like 250 million and plus or something like that, just in like a couple weeks' time.
Right.
And they thought, he had something to do with insider trading. And
was his nickname Biff?
Yeah, he had the almanac, the sports almanac.
Yeah, the almanac. Yeah, right.
He told the FBI that he was a temporary time traveler, and that he was coming from the year 2256.
Right. Yeah.
And then he couldn't help himself, that he was gonna like lose some money too, but he couldn't help himself, and he just kept doing only the winning, only buying winning stocks or whatever, and just kept making money. And then one day he just disappeared.
Yeah, the time travels probably called up. They probably call up to him and said, "What the frig are you doing?"
Right, you're gonna expose us.
He made 350 million in 2 weeks off $800 investment.
Is it like in Rick and Morty? You have the time travel police.
Right. Yeah.
Like Time Cop, he was talking about earlier.
Right.
If time travel does start, it became commercialized or whatever, if it existed, you'd have to have some kind of police force to make sure people don't go back and do crazy shit, right?
Right.
Like
invent the wheel, make money off of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made back in those times.
Right.
Nobody made money on anything.
Inventa la máquina de fotografía al pasado. Okay. So she invented a machine that photographed. I don't know what the pasado means, though.
Basically, there's this guy who created this machine called the chronovisor.
Okay.
And the chronovisor was this device that it looked kind of like a computer. It had a screen, and you can dial into a time, and you can actually see and hear that time through this device. So basically, like a time travel TV.
Okay. All
and
right.
Him and familiar with Von Braun?
No.
Famous scientist.
No. Not familiar.
Him and a couple other scientists supposedly made this device called the chronovisor, and they were able to go back to the crucifixion of Christ and other events, such as like Napoleon speeches and stuff like that. And he claimed he even had evidence that he went back in time. He, of course, didn't show anybody the device being used, but he claimed to have got photographs. It looks something like this.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's supposed to be a photo of Jesus that he captured using the device.
Oh, okay.
And that now this device is actually just somewhere tucked in the Vatican archive somewhere.
No, okay. Pasado is past. Okay, right. You're right, Odin. Nah, my Italian is rusty, man.
Yeah, his name was Ernetti. Ernetti.
Okay.
He became a what do you come? Catholic priest, I believe.
Well, one little issue though. If you read about the crucifixion, the Christ was all ripped up. That's far too intact for what the shape Christ was in at the end of the crucifixion. So
they're saying he just got like a postcard and like did the like messed with it a little bit and made it look like a photo or something.
Well, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. No,
that's an interesting story nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Intriguing, but I'm gonna pull a Mulder on that one. Yeah.
Very interesting.
No. All right. All right. Have you guys heard about the Saint Germain, the immortal count? Have anybody heard about him?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Immortal count.
The immortal count. Yeah. Records date his birth back to the late 1600s, but some believe his longevity reaches back to the time of Christ. He's appeared many times throughout history, as recently as the 1970s. Always appearing to be about 45 years old. He's known by the most famous figures of European history, including Casanova, Madame de Pompadour, Voltaire, King Louis the 15th, and Catherine the Great, Anton Mesmer, and others. Who was this mysterious man? First became known as Saint Germain. When he was born is unknown, but most accounts say it was in the 1690s. But genealogy compiled by Anne Besant for her co-author book, The Comte Saint Germain, The Secret of Kings, said he was born in 1690. But other accounts taken less seriously say he's back all the way to the time of Jesus. So, but he's appeared multiple times throughout history. He never seems to age. He always looks 45. He could play violin like a virtuoso. Is an accomplished painter. Wherever he traveled, he set up elaborate laboratories, and he seemed like a man of great wealth, but was not known to have any bank accounts. It was not due to his ability to transmute base metals and gold. He never performed a feat for observers. Dined often with friends because he enjoyed their company. He was rarely seen to eat food in public. Subsisted, it was said, on a diet of oatmeal. So, I don't know. Described recipes for removal of facial wrinkles, dyeing hair, loved jewels, had perfected a technique for painting jewels, claimed to fuse several small diamonds with one large one, said he can make pearls grow to incredible sizes. But he's been linked to several secret societies, including the Rosicrucians, Freemasons, Society of Asiatic Brothers, the Knights of Light, the Illuminati, and Order of Templars. So, this guy, they said that they thought he discovered the secret of life, but what?
Yeah, those. You say it's the Count of Saint Germain.
The Count of Saint Germain. Yeah.
Yeah, bring that up. I want to see this guy.
So, yeah, there he is.
But this guy just comes out of nowhere every so often and never ages. You're saying?
Yeah, the last time he was sighted was in the 1970s. So
where?
I don't know.
Right just here? Walking around, just hanging out.
Yeah. So
there you go.
They say he always looks 45. But most recent appearance was a man claiming to be Saint Germain was in 1972 Paris. A man named Richard Jonfray announced he was the legendary Count, appeared on French television, proved his claim, apparently turned lead into gold in a camp stove before cameras. He later committed suicide in 1983. So, if you were wanted to go back underground, I guess committing suicide is part of it. But anyway.
I never heard this story. Interesting.
Yeah,
this is neat.
Yeah, he's appeared several times in history, and so, is he immortal or is he a time traveler that just skip throughout time, But several stories have been based on him. Several works of fiction have been based on him.
Right.
Are you sure you're not talking about Rob Lowe?
Yeah. I don't know. Rob Lowe never seems to age.
No, he doesn't.
Looks 45. So.
And Paul Rudd, holy fuck, that guy hasn't aged in 40 years.
No. Tom Cruise, man. I mean, Tom Cruise is freakish. You know, he doesn't seem to age. Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Right. Sounds like long live Walter Jameson, according to Odin Dasco. Oh, wow. Look at that. That does look like Matthew McConaughey. Holy shit. That's crazy.
My wife has his book downstairs. I'm thinking about throwing it in the fireplace.
Holy crap. Jeez Louise. Look at that. Yeah, those suckers do look like them. Look like a lot.
I wonder if Amber Heard
Johnny
was
Depp doesn't
in
age.
Another life.
Right.
Johnny Depp doesn't seem to age. I mean, I was looking at him that trial, and I was like, this sucker is in his 50s.
Here's one.
Oh, yeah, that's
wow. Yeah. Yeah, John Travolta doesn't look like he's in the age he is. Of course, he credits that to Scientology, but, you know, whatever.
I think what it comes down to, there's always so many face combinations that someone out there is going to fucking look like you.
Right. When they say that everybody's got a doppelganger.
Well, evidently, I have several. When I was a waiter, I kept getting accused of being somebody's cousin. That was before I grew a beard, but yeah, I was accused all the time. Are you such and such? Are you related? No, never.
Some of these are really, really, really close.
Yeah, that Jay-Z one's really, and that one's definitely dead on. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And that Greta Thunberg one was really close too. I mean,
yeah, it was. Yeah, that one was almost
but any child with fetal alcohol syndrome looks like that. She's pretty much the textbook.
You know, that too. There's really, really good people, or really good Photoshops out there. People are good with doing that stuff now. I'm not saying again. I
always thought Greta Thunberg looked like an extra from Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep. Those family trees didn't branch very much either. So there you go. People ask if I was related to Woody Harrelson. I told the woman yes.
Woody.
Woo! Can you introduce me? Oh, sure, baby. Yeah, I can introduce you. Anyway, I
was going to talk about this one guy.
Oh, okay.
This guy was claims that he's a time traveler from I think, what year was it? 3036.
Oh, okay. This is going to get straight. Woohoo! Let's go.
It's long one, so we're gonna have to just skip through it, and I'm not gonna play the whole. It's like 40 minutes long.
3-part series, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with it at all?
No, I'm not.
What's that?
Are you guys familiar with this story?
No, I'm not at all. I've not heard of it.
Nah.
Let's watch a little bit of it and see what's going on.
All right. Okay. If we disappear, guys, we got struck.
It sounds like a plot from a movie. Police are trying to unravel the true identity of a mystery man.
Time travel. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, when in fact it could be more of a reality than we think.
Scientists now claim time travelers could use parallel dimensions to visit the past.
Police say that it is possible that this guy just has a very active fantasy life, and that it might not be something more nefarious than that.
It was this picture from a security camera police used to identify the man accused of stealing.
It's under investigation what the true motive behind this is. We are exploring his mindset and any possibility that mental health played a role in this.
The one thing police have not been able to figure out, the person's identity.
It was a shock, not only to the public, but to investigators too.
We received startling information from the state lab regarding the presence of an unknown male profile.
The DA says they are still conducting multiple DNA tests. They won't say where investigators are in the testing process.
Here's this mystery person.
No one knew who he was.
A big question
back in time and unidentified.
Investigators aren't losing hope they'll one day put a face to a man who so far doesn't show up in any missing person database anywhere in the country.
So you may have seen this story in the news. Time traveler from 3036 arrested. An identified man gets arrested for stealing, claims to be from the year 3036. Authorities say the unknown man has no birth record, no social security number, and no identification file on record. When asked why he was stealing, he told police he thought clothing and food was free in the marketplaces. He later explained this to be part of the new society in the year 3036, the year he is supposedly from, in the future.
That's crazy.
What's up, Fly Feline?
Nah.
Hail, Greg. Fly Feline. Thank you for showing
So basically, basically this guy was, at a grocery store and he stole some fruit and then he just walked out. And then, they chased him down and they arrested him for shoplifting. And this guy was like, what do you mean? What do you mean shoplifting? I'm just grabbing fruit. Fruit's free.
Yeah.
And he's saying that in the future that there's like these stations where you can just grab a certain amount of items for free and it's, it's just community food and you just grab and go.
Right.
So this is how he got caught. And then when he got arrested, he was like, what do you mean? And then told him that he was from the future. They're like, oh, yeah. And then they thought he was just some nut job, you know what I mean? And then they started looking into his background and they couldn't find anything on him.
Right.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah, I guess it's something you believe in if you believe in socialism working.
Right.
So
right.
So I don't know. There's plenty of people out there that have never been ever in any database anywhere. I mean, there's places in Eastern Europe that don't even have active internet. So, I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean,
I mean, can the government completely erase somebody from existence?
Easily.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
So
they certainly can.
So they could have somebody who wasn't supposed to be found who came out into public, and now everything about them is just gone. So you can claim anything you wanted. Again, not saying it's not real, but there are things to doubt. Interesting though. It is a really interesting story.
Yeah. The whole bald head and shaved eyebrows thing, that certainly makes him look creepy. That's for sure.
Right.
If it's unimaginable, then.
Hi, Sebastian. Yep, my name's Jack Helms. Is this Sebastian? Yeah. Yes, my name's Jack. I'm a journalist and documentary filmmaker. I was really intrigued by your story. Just curious if I can have a quick minute of your time to talk.
What about?
Well, like I was saying, I'm absolutely fascinated by your story. And I'm sure I can speak for everyone when I say this, but I'd love to know more about the future.
You're better off not knowing.
What's that?
I said you're better off not knowing.
Not knowing what?
You said you wanted to know more about the future. And I'm telling you, you'd be better off not knowing.
Why do you say that?
It's just not what you think it would be.
Would you be open to doing an interview with me?
I'm really not trying to do interviews. Stuff like that.
I completely understand, but I really believe you, and I believe your story. I just feel like your perspective on things would be important to probe, and the things you know must be truly incredible. Would you please just give me a few minutes of your time for an interview?
Yeah, okay.
Great. I appreciate it very much. I'll call you later this week to schedule a good time, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, what's up, Bad Bar?
What's up? Again,
wow.
Interesting. And I don't think they have to eliminate everybody.
No.
I don't think that 100% there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't. I mean, I guess if you want to like say that the future is still going to be there, you know. I mean, that's I think a lot of us wondering if there's actually going to be a future that far in the future, you know.
Right.
Because that is well over a millennia away from now. I mean, that's we haven't even got to that year, 1,000 years from that year, you know, yet. So that's I don't know.
It gets interesting.
Yeah.
You must be Jack. Do you have a cell phone on you?
Yeah.
Please turn that off now. If you absolutely must keep it on for emergency purposes, please put it in airplane mode, and please do that now.
Okay.
We're gonna go over here and talk.
So why are we here?
I like it here. It's a good place to come and gather your thoughts. You know?
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to meet us today. I expected you to be bald, though, because in all the pictures I've seen, you're bald.
Yeah. I didn't have hair when I first got here. You see, people's hair doesn't grow in the future.
Why not?
Radiation. Man-made radiation is so concentrated by the 2080s that people don't grow any hair anymore. Men and women alike.
So why the mask?
I have to wear it.
And why is that?
My immune system. Everybody in the future has to wear masks or respirators when going outdoors.
When does this all happen?
It's happening right now. If you had any idea what you were breathing in right now, you'd be wearing a mask too.
Why is that?
I already told you. You're not gonna want to hear this stuff.
He's getting a little
okay. See, I might have believed it before he did the interview, but now that I see the interview, I don't know.
No, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah.
Definitely. It sounds like a climate change activist thing, you know. So,
I don't know.
Well, he claims that he had like a chip in his hand, and then they did an X-ray, and they proved that he had this chip in his left hand, I believe it was. And later on, there's a guy that's found dead with their hand chopped off in the same park where this interview was taken. So they think that might have been him.
what?
That he was killed.
How long ago was this?
I'm not sure.
I've been hearing about
because
chips in the
movie,
hand.
The show Fringe, everything this guy says is in the show Fringe. So if this is after the show Fringe, well, I watched the show, and this guy, the whole baldness, no hair, that whole thing, that's right out of the show Fringe, the Fringe. I mean, right out of it. And time travel and all that. Yeah, all of it. And the conditions of the world. He's basically reading off the script. So
yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, he's definitely not a good actor. I saw him with AOC.
Sorry, man. Yeah, they're called travelers in the show The Fringe. And if this has happened after that show, that's he definitely stole that from them, because the whole eyebrow, the bald, everything's in that show.
Good stuff.
So, it's an awesome show. But
like I said, until I saw this interview, I was interested. But now I see the interview, I'm like,
not
so much anymore. You had me for a second.
Wah wah. So, Is what it is. Sorry, man. Sorry. We look like we just kicked Belmont's puppy.
I know. I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry,
Bad
Belmont.
man fronted Baxter.
I thought it was an interesting story. I like the.
Yeah,
no, it's interesting. Yeah, but it gets to a point to me where it's just not very believable. That's all.
Yeah, poor disease riddled Belmont. We're just stepping on his puppy. Yeah, that's awful, man.
Yeah.
Poor horrible people. It is what it is. Yeah, watch The Fringe, man, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If this came out after that, then they stole off of that script, definitely. In for 1K years and knows these masks do not do shit. Yep, there you go.
Even says in the box that the mask don't do anything.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They absolutely do not do anything.
That's a conspiracy we need to look into right there.
Whatever. Right.
The mask conspiracy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to go to get like a doctor's appointment, and they're still doing that shit at the hospital. I had to dig one out of my back seat, man. The whole thing.
Which is very healthy. It's very healthy for you.
I was breathing my halitosis from like 5 months ago or something, you know. It was very, very, very yummy. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know why they're still doing that. I mean, it doesn't stop any damn thing. If you can smell things through it, then it doesn't. It's not stopping enough particulates to stop that disease. I mean, it's just not. So, I think. So yeah, we're gonna have to call. I'm gonna have to call. Yeah, bullshit. Anyway, the Saint Germain stuff has been documented and well documented over the years, so you need to look into that. That one
is interesting.
Yeah, that one definitely has. They call him the Immortal Count, Saint Germain. So he shows up all over history. So anyway,
when's he coming back?
I had no idea. They said the guy that claiming to be him last time committed suicide in '83. But if he's really truly trying to, be immortal through history, you'd occasionally like kill yourself or die, to keep the charade up, I guess. So that's all I'd say. Anyway, Silent Library says master strongly recommended for the immunocompromised and young ones. The soccer moms make their kids wear them, but will not wear the ones themselves. Yeah, I see that all the time. These mamas with these kids they got color coordinated masks. It always drives me crazy. I'm like, it's a fashion accessory for you, you dumb bitch. You're teaching your kids to be terrified of the air, and it's just a fashion accessory from you. All of that pisses me off so bad. Sorry, guys.
All good.
That's a pet peeve. Anyway, so time travel, see or no? By the way, Back to the Future is based on basically the whole idea of creating a timeless bubble that would allow you to slide forward or backwards in time. So that's actually based on scientific theory. So believe it or not,
very cool.
It's not just a cool, show or movie, but if it was going to happen, I don't know if it'd be big, DeLorean to be big enough to hold the time travel apparatus. Having a nuclear fuel, though, that did make a little bit of sense. It is what it is. Anyway, so I think that's a pretty decent place to stop, guys. We just stomped on Belmont. I think he's done ready for a nap anyway.
I was just showing this guy's story. Doesn't mean I believe him or don't believe him. I was just playing it.
Okay. See what I mean?
Now he's playing it off like it was no big deal.
Right. He's sitting up here like, oh,
I didn't say it was.
You guys are being mean to me right now. Anyway, we'll stop torturing Belmont. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway. All right. Thank you guys for coming to Cannabis and Conspiracies. We're gonna run this again next Tuesday. You have an idea what you want, Belmont? What the topic's going to be?
Maybe it's missing people. We can do in the
missing people. That's definitely. Well, in national parks and maybe Bermuda Triangle, or ships that are showing up with nobody on board. We'll just say missing people in general.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good show right there. Okay, so that's I think it's what we'll do next week. Anyway, so next week we'll do missing persons, the Cannabis and Conspiracies. It'll be 3:30 Tuesday
Eastern.
And remember, the truth is high and listen. Bring us out. Take us out, man.
All right.
Oh, and after this, guys, at 5 o'clock, head over to Flying Feline. She's got her happy hour hangout. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for everybody.
Okay, cool. Yep. Check that out.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. See you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Headline Division, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
When I was in England, I experimented with marijuana a time or two, and I didn't like it, and didn't inhale, and never tried it again.